and welcome to the Work Hates podcast. Everyone has a nightmare work story, whether it's a shit boss, a dreadful workplace, or an insufferable colleague. And if you've had none of those things, chances are you're the problem. I'm Bron Lewis. This is Bretty Blake.
G'day, legends. We are here with comedian, sports bet personality, and new crown champion of bowling, Max Price.
Thank you. Hey, yes, I mentioned before, tonight is my grand final.
For the bowls.
For 10-pin bowling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what the team's called.
Glory hole, didn't you say?
Yeah, well, you heard it before
Close.
the pod.
Oh, sorry.
Glory bowls.
Glory bowls.
Okay, that's way better.
Yeah,
That's actually way better than
Glory,
glory.
glory holes. Yeah, we're the glory holes.
we're the big dick erections. Yeah, no pun name at all. Like,
Okay,
we got massive cocks.
Glory Bowls is actually very, very good. How many people on a team?
Have you seen the
5.
logo? You got to see the logo.
5 on a team.
The logo is the best thing you've ever seen.
5 on a team. Is that just a normal amount of people on a team?
The thing is, I've never played this sport before. So
You're just very good at it?
I'm just mid-30s and have no other form of sport. And I like sports that can be done in bars. So that is bowling,
yeah.
darts.
Similar breed there, brother.
Sorry,
Greyhound racing.
Yeah, well, that's outdoors, but you can be indoors and bet on it.
Yeah, you can.
That's the main sport. The image itself is insane. I fucking love it.
Right now, I'm flicking through all of our bowling scores, by the way. So,
And are you the best on the team?
I'm the worst on the team.
Oh, okay. See, I thought much higher of you.
Ready for it?
Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting.
Can you show the camera?
That is literally...
It's pretty funny. I mean, what did you think it was going to be?
I don't know. Not that.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't put it on a shirt and go to Coles.
I probably wouldn't show the kids.
No.
Your two daughters.
No, yeah. Well, the thing is, we sent it. We sent out I just said, I've joined a new team, and this is the name of it. And then a friend of a friend, who's like a tattoo artist or a graphic artist, just made it and sent it back. And we were like, I don't know these people well enough. So I met them randomly, and I had to be like, there is a real not safe for work picture. And I put up a poll, on WhatsApp, you can put polls or, vote on it. And then everyone voted to see it and then sent it and then reacted how you reacted.
Yeah.
Oh, they hated it.
Some of them were like, I wasn't expecting that, but I don't know what they were expecting. It's named after a glory hole. So,
because when I think of glory holes,
which is how often?
Well, not often.
Me regularly.
No, I think about.
I
think about two men.
Ah.
I think about two men, and it's a secret, and there's two sad men, and they're going to the toilets, and they've just lived their whole lives hiding this huge secret. They're both married with kids.
Like? I don't know.
What's your experience with it?
My secret's out.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a coward.
Me and Dave aren't sad.
Yeah. We have a good time.
We're happy doing
Also,
it.
I'm not a coward. I don't need to suck a dick through a hole. I want full eye contact, brother. You know what I mean? I'm old school. I'm a traditional. I'm a dogging guy.
That's lovemaking.
That's
in
love.
a form. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And you're the worst on the team. How'd you get? If you were the last person to be recruited?
Yes. So I've just moved to Preston, and like a block and a half from me is the Keys, which is an awesome
it's
place.
fantastic, and it's a good bar. It's a good bar.
Yeah.
You should go, Bretty. It's so good. Heaps of kids, but
I
you'd
just
hate
figured
it.
out what the Keys is because my roommate said, "Man, we got to go there. It's like a sick
really
bowling
good.
club, beers." And I was like, this doesn't sound right, but now you said it.
That's
I
it.
believe you.
I had Mother's Day there.
Did you? Yeah, it's so good. So anyway, I was just there and I saw this league, and I went up and I go, "Can I get 5 of your friends and join?" And I went, "I don't have 5 friends, well, especially not locally. So
not if you're showing them that picture.
Can I join?"
Yeah. The guy that's drawing fucking horrific shit on a phone. Yeah, I reckon you probably don't have any friends, dude.
And I've got this great name for
yeah, I've got
glory
the name.
holes.
I've got the picture. It's horny as.
What do you mean I can't join?
Yeah.
So then they...
You show them that. I've drew this, now I need to join a bowling team.
Not very good.
What else do I need to do?
I'll use the rep. You know the rep.
Yeah, the
rolls
ram
it
down.
Yeah.
And I said, can I join can I just join someone else's team? And they said, no. But then put your email down, and then a week later they're like, we've found 4 other losers like you.
Perfect.
Would you like to join a team?
And then of those losers, they were like, we find this image very inappropriate. And you're like, fuck, how am I the loser of the loser group?
Yeah.
I am. And I'm the worst at it too. So I don't know how I hold my spot in there.
But, so how often, because I feel like I will get a strike every now and then. And I'm like, hardly ever play this. I play this maybe once every 8 years.
Yes.
And when I get a strike, I'm like, how hard could it be to get a strike every time if you're practicing all the time? How often will you get a strike?
Maybe one a game.
I'm a one-a-gamer as well. And then the rest is like gutter balls.
A few spares.
Yeah.
Few spares.
But so the guys that I join with, 3 of them bring their own balls.
I love that.
No.
I love that.
Which is amazing.
And
they do
how
the
many?
whole spin.
Where would
Do they get strikes every time?
So I saw a guy get 6 strikes in a row.
You'd hope so. If you've got your own ball, if you ever don't get a strike, you fucking
No, I like the idea like when you go to a bar and you bring your own cue and you're real bad and just keep shanking it, but you've got your own stick. You're like, this guy must be good.
Yeah, especially when you need to go to screw it in the middle.
Yeah, you got your own chalk. I got a special type of chalk I like to use when I rip the hole in your table.
Well, this is funny because the guy, they bring their own balls, 2 balls. One's the strike one. And then the second one is like if there's one left.
Mm-hmm.
They got a different ball for the spare. That's
insane.
That's
so
insane.
they have to get every single pin down. If they don't, like, surely everyone's laughing at them.
Well, the thing is, it's so hard to get. So 300 is the perfect score.
Okay.
And I've only seen someone get over 200 a handful of times. Because it's
your
like
team
scores.
Does suck.
Scores. I'm too dumb to know how this works, but they accumulate or they add on each other. So if you get a strike, it adds the next frame, and I don't know how that works. But it's the way you can get to 300 is like piggybacking off strikes and strikes. So as soon as you miss one, you're done, and you can't get over.
And
200.
5 people on one thing. It takes forever to have your turn again, though, doesn't it? That's too many on a team.
If you're good.
Right. But I was like, you're giving shit for having your own ball, but if you go to one of those places and you put your hand in there, you're like, oh, yeah. I don't like this at all.
Talk about glory holes.
Yeah, it's worse than a glory hole in there.
Now, Max, bowling is not your job. But before comedy, you might get paid for it one day. It sounds like you will never.
No.
But before comedy, what was your job?
I worked at a 2-hatted restaurant.
Oh, as a chef?
In the city.
So
were you a chef?
So hatted is, from my knowledge, because I've been to a hatted restaurant before, it's like when they get to a certain level, they go, we'll give you the hat.
Yep.
And then it's a double hat. So what does that mean?
That's just 2 snapbacks.
Really? Back to back?
Yeah, and they just hang them somewhere.
It's full Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, front and back. They wear it
It sounds like, well, you think one hatted's good. We've got 2.
Yeah.
Like a Legionnaire's hat, kind of. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Anyway, it's fancy. It was
Very
Movida.
fancy.
I don't know if you know Movida.
Yes, yeah.
Now, was I a chef?
Tomato sorbet, Bretty, you'd hate it with anchovies.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I'm out.
It's delicious.
It is delicious. So I was not a chef.
You were not.
I was the dish pig.
I was going to go with dish pig.
And
Were you? I would have thought chef.
And also, apparently, dish pigs hate being called dish pigs.
Oh, yeah, big time. It's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon.
We I don't know what we prefer. Dish hogs.
Yes, grubby boys. They're often called, please leave me alone.
Yeah. How'd you get my number?
So I was there for, I think, almost a year. And my job was like peeling 200 prawns every morning.
God, that would have sucked.
Did they give you a discount if you went in there, say, with your partner?
Well, I didn't have a partner, so I never knew. I did go on a date there once, and it was a massive mistake because I thought I'd be looked after.
No,
but they just made fun of me.
Yeah. They're like, he's normally cleaning this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Can you afford this on your wages?
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah. So that was a mistake. But peeling 200 prawns every day, fuck, I got fast.
Yeah, but it hurts as well.
It hurts. It's all in the thumbs because you got to peel the shells off the side, and then you got to de-poop them, which is gross.
I never de-pooped.
Yeah.
You just ate it. So at Christmas time,
that
what
really
happened?
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That's too much effort.
He'd eat his own
What
shit.
do they eat? They eat seaweed. Who gives a fuck? You're eating seaweed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing. And did you at Christmas time? Do you get prawns? Your family? And are you scarred from that?
We do, and I really don't. I really don't enjoy them that much
not gonna
anymore.
eat them, yeah.
But actually funny on the Kinney when we shot Kinney. Dan Connell was on with us, and I found out somehow that he was at Coles or something, and he had to peel X amount of prawns every day.
Right.
And for 4 days of filming, we started to have like we started to threaten each other with a prawn off. And then on the Friday lunch before we wrapped, the producers went out and bought like 400 shelled prawns. And for lunchtime, we just went at it in the backyard.
Who won?
With 20 people around, and he beat me.
Oh, no!
But he grew up on the beach. He grew up in Bateman's Bay.
And
he has a childhood. It's in his blood.
I was genuinely so flat. I've never been more flat. Because I was talking a big game all week. Yeah. We don't need Doc Connell next week, do we?
Yeah, I reckon we get
We recasted him.
that character. Yeah.
We killed him off.
Yeah, we killed
in a sketch show. We
He
killed him
wasn't
off.
needed. Now, in this next thing, you need to say, I'm a pussy and I'm a real slow prawner. Okay? I don't know. It's just a rewrite.
So was that your worst job ever? What's the worst job you've ever had?
Well, one that I was thinking about this for the last couple of days, and a few more. Initially, I was like, I feel like I've had quite a good.
Because you've had a really I did a shit intro, but you've had a really successful career. Like the Kinney Show, you write for Sportsbet, you've done heaps of shit. You've done like on big tours and stuff like that. So you've done heaps of work.
And I've been lucky, and I'm at Fox Footy now, which is awesome. Starting to do my own content and branded stuff, which is everything. Like I have been super blessed.
Yeah, but you've been working hard. You know what I mean? Even your you got fucking clips on every like 2 or 3 a week. You're working.
Very active.
Thank you, appreciate that. But the more I kind of then thought about it, and as soon as I messaged my partner, she was like, "Oh yeah, you've done this and you've done that," and then I started, and then I'm like, "Oh, I have done some shit jobs," but the two I want to tell, one that I think you'll love because it involves a motorbike accident.
Yes, I will, and I've already bullied you about your moped that you had out the front.
Yeah,
so.
I've got a moped.
He rocked up with a helmet. I was like, "What are you riding?" And he's like, "A Persia." And I was like, "To Persia, make a motorbike." And then I go have a look. It's like a scooter.
Hey, that's
nice.
all right. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Do flames come out of it, bud? Or
I was sitting next to the Hell's Angel over here.
Yeah.
Mad dog.
Having said that, I got a cafe racer and a dirt bike. But the other one's like very bougie. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Brett. Who are you judging? Go back to Fitzroy. You know.
Well, so I had a mate who he had a farm, he had a winery up in Swan Hill, and we would go there for long weekends. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but we were 14, 15. He's a farmer, and the dad just saw dollar signs when we went up there because 3 or 4 of us went up for like a weekend, shooting, camping, everything. And he would go, well, if you're going to be sleeping here, like camping on my property, you got to put the hard yards in first. So he would make us work, free labor
What a mongrel.
on the farm before we were allowed to have fun. So the day before, I was on a motorbike. I was just a dirt bike, and a friend was in like a paddock bomb, and he slowed down, and I thought he was going to let me pass, but he turned left, and I hit the car.
Oh yeah.
I crunched my right ankle into between the car and the bike. Front flipped over the car and landed on my feet. Actually, it was weird.
And you crushed ankle.
Yeah, and then I was like, "What?" And then I went, "Oh, that didn't sound right."
It would have looked so cool.
It would have looked cool.
Yeah.
Did you put a big dent in the car as well?
Yeah, massive dent. But it was such a piece of shit, that car, so it didn't matter.
And did you break your ankle?
Yeah, so I broke it. But the thing is, I'm
Ow.
15 at the time. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool. Just give us a beer, boys.
Yeah. And
Like this big. You like, can't get it in your shoe.
And you're up with 3 other friends doing alpha stuff, and I'm like, no, don't worry about it. Anyway,
I can just hop forever.
So about an hour later, we got asked to plant 15 rows of potatoes.
This cunt's pulling the piss
doesn't
on the
even
boys.
want
Unless we turn
potatoes.
the potatoes into vodka, you can fuck off.
He doesn't even want them. You can buy them at the shop so cheap. He just hated you guys being in there.
He did.
I'll make sure you never come back.
Yeah, exactly
Peel
right. So
these
he
prawns.
kept us busy for like the whole afternoon. Sweat. It was middle of summer, 40 degrees up there, and we had to plant. Yeah, I think it would have been like 1,000 potatoes. And then,
Insane.
and I was on foot the whole time.
1 foot.
Yeah, and the next day I couldn't walk. Next day I had to be like, that's it, I can't do it.
God, these city kids are fucking soft.
So did you, when you went and had the X-ray, was the doctor like, this is so broken?
Yeah, it
Or was
wasn't
like
as
a
bad as I thought.
hairline?
It was through the inner ankle and it snapped through there. But
Snapped.
Yeah, but it was all right. But yeah,
That's a
that was
shit
brutal.
job.
And then the funny thing is, I made a mistake because I went back up there for his 21st.
He can't be making you work on a birthday.
And then so we had the party, and then my mates are stupid, and we all wrestled each other. He landed on my collarbone and snapped it,
No.
and then I had my tie into a sling the next morning. And then he made us all pick up every can and move all the tables back to their original farm spot.
Yeah,
Oh,
he knew.
God.
He's pretty smart, actually. I'm not paying
I
for him.
haven't been back since.
No, you'll break your neck.
Yeah, I know.
It's just moving
I'm
on up.
2 from 2 on injuries.
I went to the dentist the other week. It was about 2 months ago, and he was looking in my mouth, and he goes, "Have you been in a car accident?" And I was like,
Heaps.
"What?" And he's like, "Man, every single side of your tooth, like you've bitten down, it's all missing, like just the wall." And I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "You must know." It's like, "Have you been in a car? Because you're missing, like, we got to do a bit of repair work." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I came off the bike at like 110, and
Oh my God.
That might be it.
I landed on my face. So I showed him the footage as well. I was like, check this out, the GoPro. And he's like, yeah, but I remember eating sand. He goes, that was your teeth. And I was like, yeah, it made sense because there wasn't much sand around. I felt it was sand in my mouth, but it was all my teeth had cracked. And all the sides of the wall. And he's like, okay. And I was like, oh, how much is this going to be? He's like, I was like, fucking $1,000. But I didn't notice there's anything wrong.
Did you fix him?
Yeah, I fixed him. But then they tell you to floss.
Yeah.
I remembered to floss for the first time in a month, and I put the floss up there and I pulled it down. I ripped out all the fucking fillings.
Oh, no.
So now I got to fucking go back.
That's how they
Or
get you
maybe he
back.
had a
That's how
crush
they
on
get
you.
back.
This is one
He
way.
actually
Maybe he thought,
was a very handsome dentist.
and maybe he was very impressed by the video you brought in, ready to show him.
Yeah.
You had a crush on him.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
he gave me
this is
those
beautiful.
glasses. Like, nah, don't worry, I got my own ones, and I was just wearing my Oakleys.
Oh, you two were
He
to each other.
loved it. Yeah.
Also, did you do this dentist thing where he just puts his hands in your mouth and asks you how you're going? And you try and talk?
It's so fucking.
Mongrels.
It's like, brother, come on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. Shut the fuck up.
So that's the worst job you've ever had. You didn't even apply for it, nor did you want it, and
No.
you just did it. You didn't get paid for it. You just broke 2 of your bones
Two of my
doing
bones.
it. Oh my God! Is
In
he
what
still
was
your
meant to be-
friend?
Yeah, we are.
Not anymore.
Not a massive fan of the old man, but
Yeah, he sounds
Can't
like
imagine why. He sounds like a fucking punish.
but yeah. No, so that's and then the other one I want to tell you, bro,
Yeah.
is the
great. You got one for each of us. God, you're a very good man.
this we're parents, so
Yes.
we can kind of relate to some of this. Is
Should I just tune out?
Yeah,
or-
just go for a walk, Brett.
Yeah.
well, we had the Channel 10 pilot for Kinney Tonight, and it was like, you know, we'd written it all, and it was, and my wife was pregnant, and we had 2 weeks left until go time, and I woke up on the morning of the pilot shoot, and we were meant to be at Channel 10 at like 10 in the morning, and Leah's like, I've pissed myself. And
Oh,
I'm like,
Leah, sweet girl.
yeah, I'm like, well, that's embarrassing. Well,
Click, take a photo.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
don't worry, babe. I did it 2 nights ago drunk, so we're on even playing
One all.
fields. Yeah.
Just put some newspaper down like I did.
Doesn't
Move
matter.
on.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I don't know why we didn't think it was her waters breaking. I think we were just in denial. So she goes, go to the pilot. Like, oh, you'll be fine. My parents are in town, so they took her to the hospital. I'm at the Channel 10 studios waiting to go, and then I get the phone call. It's happening.
Yeah.
And then I have to leave.
Not now.
Not
Today's
now.
the big day. Where
Kinney's
it's the
here.
pilot.
I can see Kinney. Don't.
Yeah, it was just brutal because we're all just doing like going through the rundown for the whole shoot for the day, and then I just had to leave on maybe like one of the biggest career days of my life trying to get a
That's
pilot
actually a
up.
really selfish thing she did.
But also,
I know, and don't worry, I tell her all the time.
good.
do you know how you ruined my...
Yes.
You can't not go.
So-
you know what I mean? You'd be the worst cunt in the world.
Worst,
Correct.
it's worst. So then I had to leave, and thankfully they were all very cool with me going. And then I got to the hospital and sat down, and they're like, "What's your pain?" They always ask you, "What's your pain out of 10?" And I said, 7. Oh no, Leah. Sorry, it's for Leah. It's not for me.
I'm
wanted to
missing
be
a
the
pretty big
pilot.
day. I'm pretty
I've
upset.
had a big day. Sorry, I know you're sweating and screaming right now, but I had to leave something very important to be
Yeah.
here.
It's really hurt my
I was going to say, if
feelings.
she goes 5, I was like, you made me leave for a fucking 5.
Oh my God.
Well, I'll
Call me when it's a 7, I'll be back.
I'll give you one worse. She said 1. And I go, because this is first baby, by the way, so
Yeah.
we don't know what's going on. And she said, okay, 1. So we didn't know at the time, but as soon as they hear you say 1, you go back to the bottom of the pile of people they give a shit about.
Yeah.
At the nurses. They just go, she's cool, don't worry about it. sit them there, and then they have like another emergency C-section come in.
Yeah.
So then they just keep attending to the people that have like pain level 9.
Because there's like I won't say that. There's women who will stay at home till it's like the baby's coming out, and then they'll go in and go, it's coming out. So they need a room straight away.
So they go straight there.
So that for the ones, it makes sense they put them in the waiting room.
They love a 1. So
you were allowed to stay in because you were a 7, but she had to leave because she was a 1.
Yeah.
Correct. But
I think that's how strip joints work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can confirm, was there on the weekend.
I know he was. He can't stop talking about it.
I know. I loved it.
I told
heard
Maxie
it
the
before.
story before as well. Like, Max, you never believe this crazy story. I was on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah. Strip club. The weirdest person at a strip club is excellent.
I know. How did I become? Anyway, it's on the last episode.
It's pretty clear
Keep
to
up,
me.
whatever.
Keep watching. So then, I kid you not, the whole pilot happens. I'm like on the phone and it's going well, and then 36 hours later. So I stay overnight. I know, and then it's still a pain levels at 2, and then we kind of catch wind that we're doing this wrong.
Yeah.
So then we just go whenever
11.
they come in next. 8.
Yeah.
No matter what you're feeling, just say 8. And by the way, that's the tip for anyone at a hospital. You know when you check in and they ask you what's your pain level. If you want to be seen within 4 hours,
Yes.
just say 9.
Yes.
But midwives are very good at finding a liar. I know that. Like they'll be like, you are tricking me. I know what a pained woman looks like, and you are not in pain.
I went in an L shape
witches.
like this because my back seized, and I walked into the counter like that.
After the strippers?
After the strippers, yeah.
The glory hole. I think that's a glory
when I
hole.
did my back in, the strippers was looking like that. The glory hole was that.
Yeah, good.
I did my neck.
Separate incident.
Oh no.
Yep.
Sorry, they're up so high.
Yeah.
Oh.
So glory hole injury, yep.
Glory hole injury, full L, and then they go, how much pain are you? And I said, about an 8. And the lady goes, is it really an 8? I was like, I'm in a fucking L. I'm in an L shape.
Are you trying to say 7?
Oh, I'm drawing the number with my body.
I thought L for loser who's stuck
No,
in a...
I'm in an L shape. Like
Yeah,
a
but
7
L's
shape.
like a... Okay.
Oh, does it really matter to the
It
story?
does.
There's
It
2
does.
fucking
because
angles.
this is a visual thing that people aren't always watching. They're listening.
audio.
Sorry,
Sorry,
apologies
yeah.
for everyone. I was in an L shape. Now that all
Accept it.
makes sense, in a pain that's a 7, and they're like, they didn't believe me. I was like, I can't fucking move.
That's great.
Okay. Yeah, they don't believe anyone. Because they don't. Because people are liars, like Leo.
Yep,
Yeah.
they like... Well, yeah, so we...
You can tell her I
And
said
then they
that.
gave
we
me
have a-
oxy,
we
and
have
I
a
went,
liar.
tricked ya, and then I ran away. Yeah.
It's the 4th time he's done that this
Yeah,
week.
he's good. He was in an S shape before. He's going in an L.
He's getting through the
God,
alphabet.
he loves it. He's come back as a T. We didn't see that coming.
Just your arms straight out.
Yeah,
This
I don't
is
know what's
very
going
sore.
on, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. He's in as an L today.
He is creative, that man. Yeah.
That's great.
See you next Tuesday, Bretty.
So you missed the thing where you didn't have to, but you never know. But you had to be there. You can't.
I had to be there.
And if
You
you're not
can't.
there, if you miss the birth of your first daughter, fuck.
No, that's,
And also, you
that's
want to
grim.
be there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then also that was a wild, because what they do, Brett, when you become a father, is they put the dad in these blue scrubs with a hair hat.
Yeah.
A hat. What are they called? Just like a
Hairnet.
hairnet
Thingy. Yeah.
And then they separate you if you have a C-section.
Yeah.
I don't know about natural.
Also ended in a C-section. No, the
C-section.
blokes. You could look like Brett in one of them.
Right.
Can you imagine?
What?
So,
Can you imagine that piece, that in there, and that not being the scariest thing?
No, that would be. No, so
Just me staring at the... He's in here again as
he's
a
in
team.
again. He's coming into tea and he's in the operating room.
Can I get an epidural in my back, please? I've got some neck pain.
Oh, that's
Very
great.
good. Yep.
But your hair netted up, you get your scrubs, and then they separate you, right? And they go, we're just going to put the spinal block in, and you just wait in this little, it's like a pre-dad's waiting room. And there's a little shit screen playing Sunrise, and you're just looking at some grim...
I'm surprised they don't have the dog racing on or horses or something to keep
Are you
They
the
should,
surprised?
footy on.
they should make it a bit fun in there.
Yeah.
The pinball machine or something.
Cool.
And anyway, they go, wait, I think it was 5 minutes, they said. And half an hour later, you're just, they hadn't come and seen
no.
me. And you're just,
Yeah.
they should have brought someone out to say something, because I was shitting myself. That is a long time when you're like
Yeah.
getting to the real pointy end of having your first kid.
Oh.
They come out and they go, there's been a problem with the spinal block. And I was like, I don't know if you can rephrase that to not say problem at the head of that, but that's just don't use wording like that.
No.
And then they go, because apparently they put it, they do the injection and then they do like a little prick test.
Yeah.
And then if you're just not meant to feel it. Apparently they did it and then they poked her and she just went, yeah, I can feel that. And they're like, you are not meant to feel that.
You're
and
the
they
strongest
missed
woman
her
alive.
back.
Who is your
shit.
wife, by the way, as well? Who's like, well, it's a 2.
Yeah.
I can feel that as well.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah, she's not fucking around.
She's the Hulk.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then they go, we can send you back up, wait for it to wear off or go again. And she was just like, fuck you guys. Double jab me. Get one in me because I don't want to go back up. This is brutal. And then it all happened, and it was happy days. And
were you in the room when they cut her out?
yes, yeah. So after they did the second, I think I came in for the second
Paul's
injection.
in the background, trying to train for Connell again.
Connell. I was just thinking about Connell.
Yeah, you were thinking about Connell. Yeah,
Named your daughter Dan Connell is my enemy.
yeah.
Just one word.
And a team, a bowling team that I'm going to create in 4 years later.
Yeah,
Show the
good.
doctors. What do you guys think about this drawing? Yeah, see how the pins are actually they're dicks. Yeah, and she's
You met
loving it.
my mate Break. Sorry, I just had a half aneurysm.
Yeah. Sounded like you had the epidural then. Oh,
Do you know what? I have my back leaned against this bar, and I think I've cut off some circulation or something. Anyway, so that's my story with the pilot got picked up. We made 2 seasons.
Oh, great.
And
so they didn't need you.
It was happy days. No, they didn't need.
Literally, no one needed you that day.
It was
Isn't
quite
that
telling
amazing?
how little I was, how unimportant I was for that entire day.
But both of them.
it's or even awful when you rang up and it's like, hey, it's going great. Yeah, we're all having a fun time. Like, are you?
Yeah.
Would it be better if I was there?
Nah,
Yeah,
we didn't
you-
even notice you left.
Getting in the way.
Yeah.
So have you quit in spectacular fashion before?
Uh,
Mavita, did you quit there in spectacular?
I
Were you
actually
like,
did.
you shove your prawns up your ass?
I did in a funny way. It wasn't me like fucking flipping flipping a few tables over. It was more, this is so dorky. I had an allergic reaction to the detergent.
Yeah, that is not a cool
And as a
answer.
dish pig, that is one of the things you need to be. It's like the only thing.
It's the vital part of my job is using detergent, and my skin had the worst reaction that I lost my fingerprints and they were like completely red raw.
Oh.
And I was playing footy at the time, and I wore 2 gloves. I was a redhead playing footy with 2 gloves.
As in, like, what
That
kind of
was-
gloves? Like woolen gloves?
So you can
Football
get
gloves.
footy gloves,
Ah.
and then the league had to call me and say you can't wear 2. We only allow 1 glove if you wear
Why?
wear
That's
one.
actually
Why?
insane. It's like, are you doing that much impact in Division 4?
No, I was playing thirds.
You're playing thirds.
So I was
we
like-
can't have a guy with 2 gloves. That's cheating.
But why?
to cover
Too much
his-
grip. I think it's kind of
So no one
you're
could
playing
take
it
it
at
away from you?
advantage. Yeah. Oh well, when you go up for a mark, it's like you could land in your hands easier, and it was.
So who are these rats dobbing in on you?
I know.
You
I
must
know.
have been very good.
Now, Max,
Someone
no.
tried to bring you down.
No.
No.
My own team probably.
Yeah.
This is just, it was Leah.
You've got to tell us
I
this
want him
yarn
with me
because I
always.
know you went on. Kenny did a live tour, and at the end, you and Troy both decided to sell merch, but you made a horrible decision on what merch to buy, and I love this story. So he was selling frisbees.
Frisbees and just the stock standard stubby holders.
Yep.
Great.
Light. You can fit 1,000 in a backpack, in a suitcase. So yeah, this will haunt me forever. So I thought I'd get t-shirts made,
I thought you were going to say bowling balls.
kayaks.
Guys, no one's ever done this before. And you guys got to spare $1,400 on this kayak? I've signed my name on the side.
Yeah.
So t-shirts, surprisingly, after more than 7 or 8, get heavy. Yeah. And I got this, and I bought is an AS color, the good one, like the good t-shirts.
Yep.
White, and I got a designer to do like a design up that wasn't just the logo, to try and make it a little bit subtle and cool or classy. And then I went around Australia with a full suitcase and a half of like 300 shirts.
Yeah.
And Kinney, I think I couldn't even get 300 in there. I can't remember. It was maybe like 100 or something. And then I'd leave some at home and I'd come back and I was going to grab the rest of them. Yeah. And then Kinney, the veteran, he knew what was up. He goes, and I think Tommy Seagate too. He just had like USBs with one of his specials on there. Back when we used to do that. But then
God, that sounds like the
olden
days.
I've just uploaded my special to a USB. Anyway, cruise ship idiots buy anything.
So
I burn it to DVD. I'm a VHS guy.
Blu-ray though.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, good.
So he knew what was up. So he knew how to get like, what was it? Stubby holders would be 10 cents. You sell them for 10 or 15. Good margins. I think my t-shirts were $25 a unit, and I sold them at 38.
How did you sell? Did you sell all of
I
them?
reckon I sold under 10.
And also, when you tell me this story, I was like, no one wants to buy a white shirt.
Yeah, so a lot of people would say, have you got that in black? And I went, no, just a white. And everyone's
Well,
like,
I have got 300 of them.
Yeah, I've got 300. And so anyway, I come back with my tail between my legs and didn't sell anything. And then we moved houses a few times, right? So on the third move, I was still lugging 4 cardboard boxes with the same t-shirt in there.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
great.
and on the fourth move, Leah was like, give that up. Like, you're kidding yourself. And I finally did. I was like, all right, I'm just going to put them out the front like hard rubbish.
Yeah.
And I put a little sign up saying free t-shirts. And then we went off to do something, and I drove back home, and there was a guy with a pit bull who had no shoes on. And just,
I usually see pit bulls with shoes on.
Yeah.
High heels mostly.
camo shorts and a singlet. And I was like, I reckon this guy might take a few. He picked up the whole box.
Oh, he
2
loved
boxes,
them.
put one on top, and took the whole thing.
Oh, he loved them. That's great.
I don't know what he loved about them besides the fact they were free, but he took every single one.
Well, he's going to use them as shoes.
And I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's an entrepreneur right there.
Yeah, he's going to resell them.
I thought he was, in my head, I was like, he'll just take one, and he took the whole thing.
Well, that's great.
It was great. I saw, like 2 or 3 weeks later, I was at the South Melbourne market on a Sunday, just getting stuff, and he was there, and he had the same dog, still no shoes on,
Someone get this dog some shoes,
the camo shorts, and a brand spanking clean Kinney shirt. And I couldn't help myself, and I went up to him and I go, hey, it's a good show, that one. And do you like it? And he just goes, never fucking heard of it, and walked off. And it was just great. And that was
I got 300 of these bad boys. I always think he was going to be selling it at the South Melbourne market doing a stall.
That'd be good.
What I love though is like it has extra small right through to like double XL, and he's just got all the range to.
Oh, when he might fluctuate like Oprah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Ozempic.
Like Oprah.
When we did that, we did a shirt that had a what's that shirt? It's got a snake holding.
Oh, I've got one.
Yeah, you got one. Yeah, the Uzi one with the EB Falcon on it. We're like, yeah, man, such a great idea, but we wanted to get a good printing quality and all this stuff. So when we looked at it, it was like, yeah, it cost us $38 to make, and then you go, well, you can't sell it for $50, so we'll sell it for $45. We're like, $7, and you go, and free postage. Are we losing money on each of these shirts? You're like,
yes, you are.
You're like, I think we need to sell it for like $98 to make money on it. And I'm like, stubby holders.
Yeah,
They're easy. Fucking, you buy them for $3, you sell them for 10. See you later.
Stick to stubby holders. That's all I got out of that. That was terrible. But the other spectacular fashion one is it's not I saw someone do it.
Oh, I love it.
In a corporate office.
Yes.
So quiet, so clinical. This is excellent.
It was like, and the energy you get out of everyone that's sitting in the cubicles hearing a genuine screaming match unfold.
You do it this one, but you're like,
and then you look at each other and you go like, oh, we're going to talk about this
forever.
Friday
drinks are going to be sick
this
week.
Sick.
Yeah.
This is podcast material.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were there, and I can't name him, but he was a musician back in the day.
Elvis.
Yep.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis.
It was Elvis
Oh my
Presley.
God, that was so easy.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
How
What
did you get on
Elvis
the
do?
first go?
He goes. Anyway, so he gets taken into the office, the head of marketing, and then within like a minute, he just starts going, you always fucking, and it was loud.
Yes.
Like just
like a junkie on a tram.
Exactly. Yeah. It was unnecessarily, it just shouldn't have been that loud, especially in a corporate office. But we loved it.
Yes, you did. It's so good.
And why were they firing him? Was he just a pain or?
He sounds reasonable. What's up? What's wrong?
No, well, anger issues.
Was it actually anger issues?
No.
What do you mean? I've got none of them. Oh, fuck, I do.
Yeah.
All right.
Penny drop moment.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think it was because to be fair to him, he was the company started to outgrow him. It was a bit of a playland for a bit, and then it got a bit serious, and that didn't work. So anyway, he does the whole dummy spit, and then the door flies open, and that's when you go straight back to, we were just working.
Couldn't hear anything.
Didn't hear anything.
No, yeah, everything's normal. He comes back over, and his desk was like kind of next to mine. He grabs the keyboard,
yes,
and smashes it to pieces.
Paradise. Yes. Oh, I'd love to see it. I'd pay money to see it.
And and the fact that he was an old rock star, it was like when they smash a guitar on stage, but just like a corporate version.
How the mighty have fallen, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a keyboard.
It was great. So then my favorite part of this is he storms off. He's gone for the day, and we don't know if he's coming back. But anyway, my kind of boss, and I was a junior in there, so he kind of goes, sorry to make you do this, but can you help pick up the keys for the keyboard and plug them back in? Because it's one of those old school ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they kind of pop back in. But anyway, I was so pissed off that I got asked to do this job. And it was for him. And he, I don't like someone that does that and then other people have to pick up their shit. So anyway, the very last thing I did was swap the A key and the S key.
Perfect.
And it was just subtle. It was a little chef's kiss. And for the next year, he would be typing emails and go, fuck, and kept pressing the S instead of the A.
Oh, so he came back, and then when he was doing it, it fucked him. You're like, yes!
And I was like,
perfect.
And every time he cracked it, inside I just went, excellent.
Yeah, shove that keyboard up your sar.
Yeah.
Also, how fucking dumb is he to not go, oh, yeah, I can take these off.
Swap them out.
Swap them back around. He's like, no.
Yeah. You start to wonder why he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
I love when people with bad tempers lose their mind, and because everyone in the room goes, got him again. Got him a beauty. Just let him go. I watched this the documentary, that Last Stop Larimar, whatever you told me. Have you watched that? It's really good, wasn't it? But there was a guy, I remember he was the barkeep, and he had a really long beard like Bretty, but a really long one. And they were interviewing him at the end, and they're going, oh, because some people reckon you did it. And he goes, yeah? Why the fuck would they reckon I did it? And he's trying to stay calm. They're going, oh, because they reckon you've got a bad temper. And he's like, do they? And they go, and they reckon you killed your dogs. Oh, I didn't kill my fucking dog. And he loses it. And then he has to go, calm down, Richard, calm down. And you can try to watch him self-regulate in real time. It's paradise.
That is too relatable for me because I have a bad temper. I'm like, I didn't fucking do shit. What are you talking? And then the rest of the time you're like, God, I'm seething.
Also using any tactics to calm down out loud too. Like, just remember to breathe.
Yeah, count.
Calm down, Richard. Calm down. It sounded even more psychotic.
Yeah, when Bretty and I toured together, we just did this like a road show, and he had the nerve to call me a psycho. He was like, and I was like, I beg your pardon. And he was in the most foul mood for 3 days. And if any moment I'd be like, I don't really like that, he'd go, oh, here she goes again.
Here she goes again.
I was like, what?
That's great.
I had to clock because I was sick.
Just
and
clawing away.
I was being a whiny little bitch, and I was just on the road for 2 days, and I was just a shit hang. But every time Bron would do something, I'd be like, oh, fuck, here we go. And I was the worst one for and then.
Thank you for finally saying that. I'm so pleased.
Thank you. No, it was funny. I actually messaged you saying sorry for being a shit cunt for 2 days. But it was because after you left, and it had nothing to do with that, the next day I woke up, got rid of the fucking cold or whatever, was feeling good. And then the lady, all the people on the tour were like, God, you've really turned it around today, Brett. Like, you're actually fun to hang out. I was like, I'm normally fun. Like, we don't know who the fuck you were for 2 days.
Yeah.
I was the miserablest cunt.
And also going, I'm normally fun.
Yeah. Guys, I'm heaps of fun. You just pay attention. I'm fun, all right?
Really doesn't make you sound that fun.
Oh man, I
I
sucked.
got home from that tour. Like Lucas, my partner, was like, "How was it?" I was like, "It's really fun." Brett was a fucking punish though. Like, it was such a sad sack. Angry. He yelled at a tech once. The tech was like, "I think you've got the wrong mic," and you said into the mic, "I don't care."
Oh, yes.
No,
Yes, you did.
No, I did, and I think I said I don't give a fuck.
Oh, sorry, that's actually way worse.
Because and then I said
I thought you were going to get yourself out of that situation.
no. I doubled down. I said, and then I said, this is not my job. So, but
The
no,
MC.
but I did the full sound check, and then I was using the same mic, and I said, I'm just going to mount this mic here. He's like, you've got the wrong mic. I said, it's the same mic I've had the whole time. I've done the whole sound check, so this is my mic. And he goes, it's not your mic. And I said, it is my mic. And then he said one more thing. I was like, I don't care. This is not my problem.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I just was done. I was like, I'm out. And then I was back to being fun.
Yeah,
You just
when
need to
I
get
left,
out.
the
Just need
second
to
I
leave.
left, just need me to leave.
Maybe that was the factor.
I reckon.
Nah.
That's fine.
It wasn't. It was just me being a sooky cunt.
But when I said to you, God, you were hard, I sent a message, God, you were hard this tour, you're in a bad mood. He said to me, I wasn't the only one, as if I was at part.
I got it back, and she
but you
hates
didn't.
it. I
was
knew
like,
you'd eventually bring it up.
Because I was like, me?
Because you had a swing at me, and I fucking got you one on the way down, and I knew you'd bring it up on the podcast.
The whole time, I was fun. I was cool.
Okay.
I was
Would you-
nice. I was one of the
well,
team.
here we go.
You
Okay,
were
so we're having a full argument.
You were a sook the whole time.
Right.
And then when I said,
Now,
hey,
what
you're
did
a
you say to
sook,
Rafa when he got in the car?
Can I feel like Dr. Phil right now.
Yeah.
And if you guys could just calm down, we'll be back after these messages.
We
What did I
get
say to
into the
Rafa?
car, and Bron goes to one of the young comics because he went to the front seat twice. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna sit in the front again, are you, mate?"
Ooh.
And I was like,
how's that so bad? It's
"But
an
it was you
observation.
were doing those jabs all the time." I
And
was
where
like,
do you sit?
The front.
Yeah.
But then see, she won't
Mate,
clock it. I'll clock when I fuck up. All right, it's been another exciting episode of
let me
Brett and Bronny's Breakdown.
Hey, are you guys done?
Yes.
Yeah, can we
No,
make it about
are.
you
Sorry,
again?
sorry.
Got one more
Max.
story.
Oh, good. Yes, great.
Because I don't think I'll be able to tell it on another podcast.
Great.
And
No,
also,
we
if I
love
can just stop
stories.
you from fucking
Thank
arguing
you.
for a second.
Sorry, Mum and Dad get fired up. The kids aren't meant to see it, you know?
Mum and Dad, do you love each other?
We do. We care about each other. It's not about
Yeah.
you. It's about us.
Is it? Have I done this? Is it my
Yeah.
fault?
No,
No.
you're
Have I
actually
ruined
perfect.
Christmas?
You're the perfect.
No, but we are in different houses at the moment. So.
One of my first gigs, one of my best mates, his dad was like a chef down in the Docklands at one of those sheds where they would have big functions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like your
yeah.
600 seaters or your like that they would do.
They had a
like
nightclub
your
down there
Brownlows.
for a while.
They had a
Yeah.
nightclub down there.
Yep.
So this was pre-nightclub actually.
Oh, wow, okay.
And so he needed just people to carry around hors d'oeuvres
Mm-hmm.
at these functions, standing functions. And then what you do is like you get into this pretty much like a tuxedo and line up, and then you would have your trays, your big trays with food, and they were like, you know, your quiches, your
Peeled prawns.
peeled prawns, party pies, all that. And then it got up to me, and I was the vegetarian quiches. And I was like, no, this is fuck. I don't
That's
know
a
how
rough
this.
get.
That's a yeah.
That's a lot of walking on that.
Yeah, that's.
No, it's got meat in it, I swear to God.
I don't know.
I got it was real short straw stuff. Straw was probably in that fucking quiche. So
They toasted like straw. It was awful.
it's awful. So I walked around. You're right, a lot of walking, and then going up to the same people. Do you want, you know?
Yes,
and they just
you want
go,
one now?
They go, no, thanks.
We said no, mate.
So I go back in, and apparently this is a big no-no, but I went back in to the entry point because you exit out with all your food. You're meant to come back with an empty
yeah.
tray. I come back with it full, and I'm like,
No
they're not a
one's-
hit, chef. I didn't say that because I know that would get
Holy,
killed.
you
I just
got
went,
pan thrown at you.
no one's having it. And he just goes, get the fuck back out there.
Jeez.
And I go, oh shit. And I'm only 18 at the time. So I go,
Yes, sir.
yeah, let's go out there. I try again. And as I go to come back, I just went, fuck this guy, and put them all in the bin. And I threw them all in the bin.
Yes.
And then I went back in. I'm like, oh yeah, they were good. And then he's like, told you. And I was like, whatever, cunt. And then I went back out, and
With
it
another
was
tray of vegetarian quiche?
no. So I went back out because it was time to do drinks or something. It was a different role after the quiches. I went back out there, and it was a super rich guy's son's 50th or something, and it was super rich because Backstreet Boys played.
No.
Yeah. So they played at
love
Rod
it.
Laver, and then they had,
What?
Yeah,
They got the actual Backstreet Boys there.
they paid, I don't know how much it would have been, but they paid a private gig for them to, they just finished Rod Laver and then they just got carted over to Docklands to do like a private gig of
It
like
would have been like
$500,000.
$500,000.
so much
seen
money.
photos of those boys later, they would have loved those vegetable things you threw in the bin. They're fat as hell, all 5 of them. They're huge now.
Are they really?
Yeah,
I
they're
think
like,
one's
tell
dead.
me the reason.
I think
like Elvis
one's
after
dead.
drugs.
One's dead, I think.
One's dead.
No,
One's dead. Isn't how
no,
he died?
You're thinking of Elvis.
no, you're thinking of one of
It's
them's
always
brothers died.
No, not Nick Carter's brother, Aaron Carter. Very sad story.
Aaron Carter died.
Oh, yeah.
One of them, I think one of them died.
One of them died.
Kevin.
Brian. Is
Oh,
it
Brian, no one cared about Brian.
No one cared about Brian.
There was always, no one
But
was
they-
like, oh, Brian's my favourite. No one's ever said that sentence in their life.
I heard that they got fucked over by management by getting paid like hardly anything. They were on like minimum wage. And they were
Really?
like, the management kept being like, just keep performing because like you will get paid heaps soon.
There's so
Josh
many of
Earl
those
told me
stories.
this. Josh Earl knows everything. And then so the Backstreet Boys, you're like, oh, good on them. They would have got, an extra $500,000 between them. But they would have gone to management, which makes this story even more
Maybe they got good
devastating.
managers now. They're a bit smarter.
That was, yeah. Well, that's probably why they had to say yes to like some shitty private gig in Melbourne.
We'll do a cash in hand, $25 an hour.
Yeah.
We'll do 3 hours. We
Well,
don't mind.
that's it. Yeah, do you want some vegetarian quiches? We got heaps of them.
They weren't even singing. They were just handing out quiches. Yeah.
And then so I was a bit dirty at that point, and I just go, fuck it, I'm just gonna watch I'm not gonna do my job, and I'm just fully dressed like one of the waiters, and I was just dancing watching Backstreet Boys.
Oh my God.
and then the manager come over and goes, you need to leave. And then that was the last time I worked there.
Yeah, you'd say so.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty epic.
You go, I
That's
will, but after this song.
After this song.
I'll do it again. Is that-
NSYNC.
Anyway.
But that would have been sick. That would have been
If they
really
did
good.
an NSYNC cover, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did
And
an
they
NSYNC
would.
cover. That makes
They loved each other. That is, I reckon that's an epic quit. That's an epic
That's a
quit.
great quit.
Like I love how you were like, no, someone else did an epic quit, and this one was okay. I reckon that one's even better than smashing a keyboard.
Also, it didn't take you
Yeah.
heaps to break as well. It was like, do the quiches, no.
Yeah.
In the bin.
You're
fuck
actually
it, Backstreet
the
Boys.
worst
I like that.
worker ever.
Actually just made you look like the real piece of shit
Yeah,
in the
no
story.
wonder that
Yeah.
farmer snapped your leg.
If I made Backstreet Boys managers look good,
Yeah.
that's fine.
You've come across great.
Getting bashed by farmers, I'd do it too.
Bash.
All right, legends. That's been another great week
Thanks,
or
Max.
episode
Thank
of
you.
The Work Hates. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Max, have
No
you got anything to
worries.
plug at the moment?
The Good podcast with Tommy Seagate and Kinney. That's going all right.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
great.
And then just
What
silly
an
TikToks and
excellent
stuff.
trio of good blokes.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know us well enough.
I don't know you well enough.
Give it time. There's some stories coming out.
Three good blokes. Thanks so much for coming on. This is the first time I met you IRL, and I'm just pleased as punch because you're a
good.
lovely. This also has been, and I'm not afraid to say, it's one of my favourite episodes.
Whoa.
I'm sorry,
Was it-
but
was
I
the argument?
No, I
That was a
actually
highlight?
hated that bit.
Did
But
you?
I will bash you so bad.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
No,
this
not
is-
that bit.
That's why I don't
Let's
turn the
fight.
cameras off. I'm
Let's fight.
scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we do another episode back to back, guys?
Yeah.
No, it
Part
was
two.
actually really fun. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Make sure you jump onto the Patreon and all that boring bullshit. Like, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Thanks, legends. I've been fired from a lot of places. I've been fired from so many places.
I went into the class one day, real bullets, like real bullets.
Kill me.